Right now, it's your chance to get it off your chest before you get to the office. News, sports, politics, none of it matters. The topic is yours. The segment is yours. It's the one time a week where if a segment bombs out, you can't blame me. It's on you. The pressure's on you here. 913-408-7957. That's 913-408-7957. An open line. Let's roll.
It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM and 710 AM KCMO.
Are you talking to me?
How dare you?
It's morning, so it's Mundo.
All right. Tirade Tuesday. Open line 913-408-7957. Let's go to Walter in Spring Hill. What's your tirade, Walter? Go ahead.
My tirade is I think the Electoral College has run its course. We don't have that for any other elections. And what I'm saying is this. People are saying the Electoral College was invented to make it equal. Well, I think, for instance, Kansas has 105 counties. You tally up the vote in each county. Whoever has the most votes wins that county. Whoever has the most counties in that state wins that state as one of 50 points. That way, California, I don't know how many counties they have. You do the same thing. Therefore, whoever wins the most counties in a state wins that state. Whoever wins the most states wins the election. And that's the way. I think that's a fair way than having California count as 28 electoral votes and Pennsylvania's 18 votes and all this. Just do it that way. We don't do it. When you elect your senators, you don't do an electoral college. And I think it's the time has come and gone for the electoral college for that reason.
Well,
therefore, you wouldn't have swing states.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to debate it. It's not the segment on a Tirade Tuesday. I'll just say that's the worst idea I've ever heard. 913-408-7957. You can't count bodies of land and decide who wins an election in a state based on bodies of land. You just can't do it. Electoral College is unique for a federal election for presidency alone. On state races, Senate, things of that nature, governor, you just count the overall population in that said state. There's a reason the Electoral College exists, but no, we're not going to give the presidency and the electoral votes from a presidential race to a candidate who wins the most counties, if those counties are 30% of the entire state's population. 913-408-7957. The direction is up from there. Open line. Let's go to John in Topeka. What's up, John? What's your tirade?
Hey, I watched the Tyreek Hill video, and my thought was a little bit of common courtesy would have gone a long, long way on Tyreek's part. And the cops were doing what cops do, and if and when I get pulled over, I roll down my window. How you doing? And hand your license, and everything transacts as it goes by. Either it goes good or goes bad, but they feel comfortable. And then another way he could have handled it is by smiling on his driver's license photo, because when you hand them your driver's license, they see a mugshot, they think criminal, but they see you smiling on your driver's license, they think a guy that got his picture taken, not a criminal. It just sets a mindset. But anyhow, that's just me.
Well, I have been told by law enforcement, thank you, John, and I say this as somebody who has been pulled over in 5 different states, and now, of course, has many friends in law enforcement here in the Kansas City area. Having a smile on your driver's license is worth something. Now, it shouldn't matter, but human nature is a real thing. 913-408-7957. 913-408-7957 on a Tirade Tuesday. Lines are open for you on KCMO Talk Radio, 913-408-7957. Stephen is in Kansas City. Go ahead, Steve. You're on KCMO.
Hey, Mundo. Big day today, man. Feeling nervous, but a good kind of nervous, like we're going to win. We're up in the polls, and my tirade was Caitlin Collins interviewing Tyreek Hill and his attorney last night. It's fascinating to see how this story sort of reverberates, and it's through the media, and you'll probably comment a little bit on this later. But the Stephen A. Smith and Caitlin seem to the facts just don't matter. The facts, any sort of evidence or facts that the cops were doing the right thing and Tyreek was misbehaving as usual. The guy, it looks like he was misbehaving. I will see all the full context of it, but I love the body cam footage. Basically refuted everything that Tyreek said, and it's sort of emblematic for what we're gonna face tonight. Is that no facts are it's gonna be all groove and all joy. No facts are gonna matter. Trump will just have to lay out the facts that she was the border czar, and now we have Venezuelan gangs in the Bronx, according to the Homeland Security report leaked to the O'Keefe's this morning. We have 400 Venezuelan gang members that have authorized violence against cops in Queens and Brooklyn, and this is how news is going to circulate if Kamala Harris is president. You're going to get a non-classified information whistleblower leaking information to the internet, to the media, that the Venezuelan gangs are trying to take over, and Homeland Security is trying to get on top of this.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. I think we came around on the tirade. Thank you, buddy. Susan in Kansas City, go. What's your tirade?
Oh, my gosh. I have so many, but I'm picking one. People who profile themselves by their stupidity and idiocy, and then they claim to be a victim. That's huge, especially in today's society.
I totally agree with that analysis, Susan. That is a good direction to go. Thank you very much on the Tirade Tuesday. That's great. Tim and Olathe, go ahead, Tim. You're on KCMO.
Hey, Pete, I'm just curious when it became socially acceptable to blow your nose in public, specifically if you're in a dining room setting. Best case scenario, it just sounds pretty unappetizing, but worst case scenario, you're spreading your germs everywhere. And if you're using one of those reusable cloth napkins in a restaurant as your personal lavage, there's a special seat reserved for you because the waitress doesn't want to deal with that. So just be an adult, get up, go to the bathroom, have some privacy, wash your hands when you're done. We'll all be a lot better off for you having done that.
Tell me where that happened if you could.
Any restaurant.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Really
so it's happened more than
Kansas.
Once. Yeah. That's a great tirade, Tim. I can't say I've noticed it lately, but it also might be because usually when I'm out, I'm just trying to keep 3 little kids in check under 6, so I don't notice some of the bad apples that might be sitting around me. In fact, I'm just trying to not be one of them on my end. So that's a great observation, though. 913-408-7957. It sounds like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode as well. Al's in Overland Park. Go ahead, Al. You're on KCMO. What's your tirade?
Good morning, Pete. I'm going to give you a tirade about the debate tonight. I think I don't trust any of these Democrats, and I don't trust ABC News or anybody that works for ABC. I'm just wondering, do you think that Vice President Harris will be wearing a wire, an earpiece, or have someone in the audience give her hand signals so that she can get her way through the debate with the president tonight, President Trump?
I do not, Al.
I put nothing past the Democrats. I think that there's something going on with Kamala Harris, and I don't trust them, and I don't even trust.
Well, yeah, I think there's something going on. I think you're right about that, Al. I think she's a horrible candidate who has been installed by the party. But no, I don't think she'll be wired tonight, because here's what I would add to that, Al. As someone who is, and this just speaks to being on TV and, having done some of that. When you have the earpiece in and someone's talking in your ear while you're trying to listen to Trump, I mean, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I know there were some rumors, social media things, I think back in 2020 about Biden having it in an earpiece or something. I mean, you just can't get away with that these days. You just can't. Now, we know that Hillary got the questions back in 2016 to one of the debates, right, from Donna Brazile. We do know that to be the case. But an earpiece in 2024, when everyone's got a camera, listen, there's a lot of things that could be nefarious. I don't see that being one of them. I don't. And frankly, I don't know how that would help her. I don't. The strategy is going to be a very simple one tonight. Get Trump in the gutter. See if it works. That's going to be it. and she's probably got that thing mapped out and planned out. It's not going to be about policy. What are they going to whisper in her ear? The unemployment rate? I mean, what are they going to say? So it's going to be entertaining. It's going to air tonight, 8 o'clock here on KCMO.